Recently, we looked at an Asus motherboard I got from Newegg through their open box program. Now it's time to design a build around it for the upcoming highly anticipated game, Cyberpunk 2077. Let's check it out. Hey YouTube, what's going on? Danny here with DTC. If this is your first time here, I frequently do hardware reviews, how-to videos, and sometimes complete PC builds. This is one of those such videos. In case you were unaware, Cyberpunk 2077 is scheduled to come out in December of 2020. It was scheduled to come out in November of 2020, and October of 2020, and September of 2020. It's been pushed back so many times I don't even remember the dates anymore. But according to their website, it's supposed to come out in December of this year. So I wanted to use the new Asus motherboard that I just got. And if you haven't seen that video, by the way, you can check it out up in the link. So what is Cyberpunk 2077? Cyberpunk 2077 is an open world action-adventure story set in Night City, a megalopolis obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. You play as V, a mercenary outlaw going after a one-of-a-kind implant that is the key to immortality. You can customize your character's cyberware, skill set, playstyle, and explore a vast city where the choices you make shape the story and the world around you. I wanted to go for that type of a style theme, and I think everything that I've got here is really a attribute to that style. So let's check out these parts. First up, obviously, is the motherboard that I got recently in that open box that I showed you about. It is the Asus ROG Strix Z490G gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. You can see on here the aesthetics of it are absolutely spectacular. I mean, it has that edgy look with the text and everything. It's got little chrome plating and stuff on it. It's the black style theme. It's perfect for this design. And to follow up with that, I got the Intel i5 10600K. This is a 6-core 12-thread part and boosts to 4.8 gigahertz. Perfect for any new style game. To cool this chip, I'm going to be using EK's AIO 240 digital RGB. This 240mm AIO is going to be perfect for cooling this chip. Even if I want to overclock it, the liquid cooling will give me plenty of headroom. And like I said, this whole build is about style over functionality, so I really wanted something that had that retro looking vibe to it for Night City. As far as RAM goes, I'm using two 8GB G.Skill Trident Z sticks. And then for storage, I'm using a 1TB HP EX920 M.2 NVMe. 1TB is really a sweet spot for most builds nowadays. It gives you plenty of storage for games, and then the NVMe drive is fast for your OS. And then for graphics, for right now, I'm using the Asus ROG Strix GTX 1660 Super Advanced Edition. Then onto the case, Cooler Master's Masterbox MB311L. The case has two 120mm RGB fans in the front, 8 RGB fans. No exhaust fan, hence my extra fan that I've got right here. This is EK's Vardar EVO RGB 120mm fan. I used this recently in a build. A lot of people were asking me. I used it for the Lee Landcool 2 build that I did just because I needed another fan for the exhaust, and it matched an RGB aesthetic really well. And finally, for power, I'm using EVGA's 600BQ. Here's all the parts, enough looking at it. Let's throw these things in the case and see how this turns out.
I feel nothing when you go. I know it's not intelligent, drinking for the hell of it, but that's irrelevant now. We should talk about us. How come we're holding on? Cause really I don't see the benefits now. When you've broken my trust, so I just wonder, why do I fall back to you? Really nothing I can do about it. Why do I fall back to you? It's like you're a drug to me, I can't quit. It's not like we're still 22, trying something new just to pass time. I don't think that we ever could work this out. None of it makes sense, there's no reason why I still fall back to you. Probably let you go.
Okay, now the Cyberpunk build is complete. I think it looks fantastic. Everything turned out really good. The motherboard worked amazingly. Everything works. Everything functions the way it's supposed to. All the headers and stuff worked perfectly. The CPU performs amazing. It's actually nice and cool. That 240 AIO kept the thing really good in some of my gaming and stuff like that. So very good temperatures, very good aesthetics. The components that are in this, like I listed at the very beginning, I'll leave a link down below for the description of all the components that I threw in here, so you can take a look at it at your leisure. But what Cyberpunk is recommending on their website is an i7 4790 or a Ryzen 3 3200G for the processor. This 10600K is super overkill for that. Then it wants a GTX 1060 6GB or a Radeon R9 Fury graphics card. The 1660 Super is the next generation of that type of thing, so that's even perfect on its own, and that's their recommended settings. This is not minimum specs. It wants 12 gigs of RAM. We have 16 in this, and at least 70 gig SSD. They recommend an SSD. Highly recommended. Even on the minimum specs, it says a hard disk drive is acceptable, but recommend SSD. So for load times and stuff like that, I'm sure like in an open world environment, they're going to want you to have an SSD. Like I said at the beginning, I'd like to upgrade the graphics card to like a RTX 3070 or maybe something equivalent on the Radeon side, depending on what comes out. But I really like that Strix vibe that they have for the Asus, the new Asus cards that came out. So I'd like to throw something in there with that kind of RGB design on it. Hopefully it gives you some ideas to roll into your build, and maybe you can do a Cyberpunk theme on your own. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe down below so you'll catch more content just like this one. I have plenty more builds in store, and I have plenty more hardware, and I have a lot more hardware that I want to review. So until that time, I'm Danny with Danny's Tech Channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
You don't feel me like I feel you, oh no. And I must come